Alright guys, I'm gonna need y'all to like and subscribe on this video, bro, because I just found this crazy ass method. Before I found this method, this took me like 4 hours, okay? It took me so long, but then after I figured out how to do this, I'm cooking, okay? And I got you guys this lovely tutorial here. I hope you guys enjoy, but I'm gonna need y'all to like and subscribe though.
I'm trying to hit 280K, man, come on.
Alright, so before we start, let me give you guys a quick breakdown. I was using the flower Shikai to obtain the flower Bankai, right? And of course, this one is the most brain dead and hardest Bankai fights in the game. So theoretically, this method should also work for other Bankais. I'm not too sure about the extremely hard ones like snow or ice, but it should still work. Now, don't get me wrong, this method might still be pretty hard to defeat the Bankai, but it should be a lot easier. Now, for this new method, you don't have to rely on the old method of using your crit and then block breaking him and then using one move. No, that actually doesn't work anymore at all, and it's very ineffective actually. It sucks. The new method, this is what it is. You literally just M1. That is it. So yes, now surprisingly doing M1s does a very good amount of damage, especially in Shikai form. I think your Shikai in general just does more damage than the regular katana, so I would recommend you guys using your Shikai form. I would say any sword works either way since the method doesn't really rely so much on your weapon anymore. But yeah, now my first attempt at doing this, I literally just stood in front of him and M1'd him the entire time, and I still almost beat him. I didn't really use any moves or much else, and it worked decently well, but I evolved it to start incorporating more moves because I realized I still needed to do more damage. For speed, I would equip the moves that I have down below. Now, if you don't have Flash Fang, that is perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. You just have to use other moves like your Shikai moves, for example. But on screen right now, you'll see a failed attempt, but I actually did most things correctly here. So here's the strategy. It's pretty much to land your M1s frequently and often. So that is your main damage, and pairing that with moves will do more damage as well too. So your M1s will be a huge portion of where your damage is coming from. M1 him a lot, and I'd recommend mid M1 before you finish your M1 string to use a move. And I noticed that when I use a move after the M1 string, it's like more likely to be parried for some reason. So you do want to use them in between your M1 combats. So I would do / move, or if you think you can bait them into running into your move when they're dashing at you, you can try to do that too. It does work sometimes, but it is risky though. I will say that right now. So yeah, now to the actual moves, you're gonna want to start off with Scepter Step. It's a great move because it teleports you up close to the boss and allows you to do 2 hits, and surprisingly, it actually does decent damage too. So after you get out of Scepter Step, get back to M1ing him ASAP, or if you can follow up with floating strikes into a Flash Fang, you can try to do that as well. But remember, after that, keep M1ing, bro. Now for Fast Fang, I noticed it may not hit as often because he usually just parries this one no matter what. So you do want to pair this up after using a move like Flash Fang, or maybe even floating strikes if you're quick enough. Moving on to floating strikes, it is good paired with another move like Waterfall Dance or Fast Fang or even Flash Fang, but using it by itself is also sort of risky, but it is a good combo extender. And in this case, after that move ends, you can use another move if you're also quick enough. Moving on to Waterfall Dance, this one is our best move here pretty much. It does great damage besides your M1 and has multiple hits. You can pair this with floating strikes, and if your floating strikes connects, you can try to use Flash Fang, but it's okay if he parries that. Just get back to M1ing him. Time Cut is also really good to catch a break for a second and to do more damage as well. If you're fighting the Flower Bankai, it can be also used to escape the cage, and also using your Flower Shikai crit can also help you escape the cage as well too. Also try using your Shikai moves too, because the point of this method is pretty much hyper aggression. Like, think of it like kill or be killed. So you're gonna want to use your moves and M1s together perfectly, and you should be able to defeat your Bankai doing that. It still might take a few tries, but it'll be much easier than it was before for sure.